Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel chronicling the restoration of my beloved Powell's 46 Dreamfinder. I've had Dreamfinder for coming up 15 years, and in that time we've re-engined her, we've retrimmed the saloon, I've also had her gel peeled and copper coated, and we've replaced the props due to earth bonding issues. Finally, we've sailed her 514 miles round from Southampton to Fleetwood in the Irish Sea, where she's now out of the water, and we are replacing the rear deck, which was leaking quite badly, before retrimming the cabin and getting Dreamfinder ready for sail to realise my dream of buying a sailboat and retiring to the Mediterranean. So I hope you like the channel. If you do, please hit the subscribe button and the notify button. And I hope to see you on future videos. Okay, we'll do this quickly while he's stopped angle grinding. So I've fitted the deck loosely around, it does fit. I've actually propped the stairs away so that I've got a gap here, and if I take you downstairs, then I'll show you what I've done to the steps. So okay, as you can see here, this is fiberglass. Can you see there? That's fiberglass. So I've ground this back until it's level. Okay, here this is Sikaflex. Here is the fiberglass. There's just a little bit of fiberglass there, and then we're into the deck. So I've laid this on here, and then what I've done is I've cut these boards and put them in, and that will give me the structure to lay the deck onto. So what I've got to do now is I've got to actually epoxy this in here, okay, all the way across, and once I've got that in and the epoxy's cured, then we can lay the deck. And again, the whole idea of that is that what we'll do is once we're finished, there will be fiberglass here all the way across. So this fiberglass here will continue right the way across. The deck itself is sloped, and you can see that it gets more fiberglass as we go along on here, which is why down here this panel starts here, and when we get to the other side, because I've measured this to 23 centimeters, on the other side, as you can see here, there is a gap, but that's fine, because the actual fiberglass mold here comes down and it is supposed to be level with there. So what I'm going to do is, once I've got this lot in and epoxied and fiberglassed, I'm going to then fiberglass the inside of here and down and under, and hopefully that will then seal it both inside and out, and then we can move on from there. So it's not a bad day's work really. I've got two pieces here that are cut to shape. I've got this beam is supporting quite nicely. Everything here is lining up pretty well. I'm just going to get a router and just level that off ever so slightly, but you can see the join here, that's not too bad on there, so that's good. This is the original deck, which is still to come up, but I'm going to do half at a time. So I'm going to get this bit done and epoxied in and all ready, and then I can also seal it along here, cut this extra fiberglass out here, seal it along there, okay, and then we're looking pretty good. This beam that ran along here, you can see that there is actually a metal plate there, so that beam isn't really structural, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a deck hatch in here, so the gap here is too small anyway, so I'm going to basically use this as my edge for my deck hatch, and basically put it in this area here, so that it's big enough to get through as per the regulations. So it's coming together. This beam is nice and solid right the way across. These two beams here, I've needed to do temporary repair this side. As I said, I'm going to get some hardwood and do this properly at some point, but let's get the deck in first and epoxy down, and then we can do the rest. But yeah, not bad start really. Don't know if the wind noise is going to be too much on this, but this is what I've done so far. So this deck is epoxied now, all the way across, all the way up here. Okay, the next job is to sand this here flat, and then put some more epoxy filler in to basically get to a point where I've got a nice smooth round here, all the way along and around the edge down there. Okay, and then I can put a fillet of fiberglass across here, and that should then be sealed, ready for me to put fiberglass all the way across. And my aim is to get this half finished. You can see there it's a little bit proud, it's got to be sanded down, but all the gel coat is prepped ready all the way across here. Needs basically wiping down with some acetone just to get rid of the dust, and we're ready to rock and roll. So yeah, not bad progress so far. We're all sealed in all the way along. These beams are all sealed. This back is sealed, which is good. All the way along, this is to be trimmed, and then this is where it finishes. So we are all epoxied in on this side. So it's a good start, I think. From inside because the wind is still horrendous out there, so you're not going to get it on the camera, but the deck is now roughly laid. I need to screw it down, but what I'm going to do, I think, is lift it and run epoxy over it just to seal it, And then I'm going to put another layer of epoxy over that side just to seal that, and then epoxy it down, and hopefully by close of play today this deck should actually be at least weatherproof, so we shall see. Hoping the wind noise is not going to be too much, but the deck is now laid and there's a layer of epoxy on that just to weather seal it in case it rains, so I don't want to step on it, but it's down. So there's a lot of filling to do, fairing, sanding, and then all this side comes off. But yeah, at least we've got a solid deck, so it's quite nice to be able to walk on something that doesn't go up and down. Well guys, I'm really pleased with how things are going so far. That's it for another video. So if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notify down below. Next week we get to actually do some fiberglassing, so yeah, it's starting to get a bit exciting.